South Africa won the toss and chose to bat first.
Here's the first ball of this third Test match. There is swing there for Hogarth, but it's a full pitch, and Graeme Smith's off the mark. Well, what about that? He did it at Durban, and he's done it again here. Leaving the ball well alone. Herschel Gibbs is clean bowled by Matthew Hogarth. That'll give England the boost they were looking for. It's Hogarth that strikes early. South Africa a 9 for 1 in the third over. Finds the gap. And away for 4.
It's a bit edgy. That's 4 more to the total.
Well, this time there is a noise. Up goes the finger, and Jones has got the breakthrough for England. Jack Rudolph never comfortable today. Reached 26 from 63 balls, but England working hard. This isn't a bowler-friendly pitch at all, but they've picked up a second South African wicket. Rudolph goes for those 26 runs. It's 70 for 2.
Well, he was on 48, now he's on 52. Graeme Smith back into some form. This is 10th 50 in his 31st Test, but he also has 700s.
It's a good shot. Jacques Kallis in imperious form here, managed to get right on top of that. And they love it. It's a fine shot, great shot. Wonderful use of the feet. There's no one back at long on. There's no turn really to worry about, so Jacques Kallis very confident in just clipping that over the top of mid-on.
Well, was there some bat there? Daryl Harper says no, there wasn't. England thought there definitely was. Well, Giles is distraught.
A little bit of turn and bounce. Graeme Smith getting angry with himself, playing the shot, but did he glove it? No, he hit it. Nowhere near his glove, straight off the inside edge of the bat.
Yeah! Bit more air as well now. This time he nods his head, does Daryl Harper, and Graeme Smith goes. So justice in the end for Ashley Giles, as he picks up the third South African wicket to fall. Graeme Smith, after that let-off, must have thought he was booked in for a century. It's not to be. He goes to 74. Jones to Kallis. .34 50s for Jacques Kallis in Test match cricket. This is his 85th appearance for South Africa. What a player.
Bowled him. Well, you've said it. Frustration comes into it. Keep him going. He's controlled the game, Ashley Giles. And if you leave that gap open at mid-wicket, sooner or later, a batsman, maybe an inexperienced batsman, will say, yes, I'll have 4 through there. Dippenaar perishes. And it's Giles again for England.
Some good discipline from the English bowlers restricted South Africa to 247 on a fine batting service. But the match was set up perfectly going into day 2, with the ever-dangerous Kallis still at the crease.
Oh, that's a good shout. Is that going over the top? No, it isn't, according to Daryl Harper. Amla can't believe it. He was sure that would have gone over the top of the stumps. We've seen the ball sailing over the stumps all morning, but Daryl Harper didn't agree. Hashim Amla goes, and once again Matthew Hogarth, with a new ball in his hand, does the damage for England.
Well, it was in the air, but it's flown away from Jacques Kallis. Takes him on to 99. That's it. Drifting into his legs. Thank you very much, says Jacques Kallis. He'll pick up 3 there, and that'll take him to 102. His 19th Test match 100. His 4th on his home ground here in Cape Town.
Oh, he's got him. Ashley Giles has done it again. He got Dippenaar in much the same sort of fashion yesterday. And today it's de Villiers who has fallen for it. Bowled by Ashley Giles.
That's an edge, and that's the wicket. He went feeling for it, a little bit of uncertainty. And England turning this into their morning. And it's driven down the ground, that could go all the way. Nicely timed up the hill. And it is going to go all the way. So, boy, finishes it in style, the morning session.
That's a good shot. Big Bob Keys in hot pursuit here. Will he get there? No, he doesn't. He's gone for 4. They go everywhere. I've seen these in New Zealand, in Australia, West Indies, Sri Lanka. Seen them everywhere. They're pretty tame, you know, Al. And with all these game parks around here, they've got to be careful.
And that is 50 for Nicky Boyer. Very well played indeed. And the South African dressing room recognises the importance too of this partnership, which is now on to 93.
Well, he's got him. Fantastic. It's that man Flintoff again. And Kallis won't get his 150. Playing a defensive shot as well. All credit to the bowler. Well, there goes Ntini. He doesn't know where that's gone. It's gone up in the air, and he has gifted his wicket away. Wow, what a bonus for Andrew Flintoff. 2 wickets in the over. That's an awful effort from Makhaya Ntini. So Boyer goes offside. Cheeky shot, beautifully executed. If you're going to play the reverse sweep, why not play it as well as that? It's Geraint Jones who's taken the catch, diving full length to his left. A very fine catch indeed. Flintoff mops up the tail eventually, and South Africa dismissed for 441.
They're both obviously in very fine touch. The last time these two went out and batted together, they put on a small measure of 273.
That's a pleasing shot from Strauss, and it's away for 4. Fantastic shot.
England move on to 32 without loss.
That's out. Well, eventually the persistence of Makhaya Ntini with his short-pitched line of attack has actually paid off.
Big appeal. Has he got a nudge on that? Yes, he has. Daryl Harper raises the finger. Full of length, and then a sharp, short delivery. Do you want to have a hook at it? He may just have got a glove or a top edge on this. And Robert Key, all that preparation, all those nets, to no avail. England's new number 3 is on his way back. Gone. Outside edge. It's terrific bowling from Langerfeldt. He's bowled to the plan. Hesitant outside that off stump, and that is a big wicket for South Africa. And for Cho Langfeld, it's his first Test match wicket.
He's dragged it on. That's superb bowling from Mantini. The bowling change works again for South Africa. What a day Graham Smith is having. He can't do anything wrong at all. Everything going his way. England are in lots of trouble now. They're 95 for 4. And it's Andrew Strauss who's gone for 45.
Well, he's dragged this on from wide. He'll be very annoyed with himself.
That's the end of the second day's play. England trailing by 346. They finished the second day on 95 for 4. South Africa started the day on 247 for 4 and extended their total to 441. South African players followed the umpires out, and here are the England not-out batsmen. Well, that was pretty simple, wasn't it? Hoggard with the outside edge, Smith with the catch, and Tini with the wicket. 97 for 5.
Gone. That's where you're going to get him. Slip, Scully, make him play these forcing shots off the back foot. And it's all South Africa this morning.
Well, it was a short ball. Flintoff went after it. Gully, backward point. Herschel Gibbs again takes the catch. That's the area you dismiss Andrew Flintoff. Not silly point in the gully area. Mackay and Tini, he's on fire.
That's out. That's beautifully bowled and very nicely taken. South Africa having it all their own way this morning here in Cape Town. He's got in. That's important too. Everything's worked for South Africa this morning. Every time that ball's been in the air, it seems there's been someone in the right position to take the catch. And now it's Graham Thorpe who's on his way. It's Jacques Rudolph who's taken the catch.
Oh, the disgust on Graham Thorpe's face as he clipped that straight to Jacques Rudolph.
That's out. Swing and miss. So Langeveld picks up his 4th wicket. 4 for 45 he's got now. Some debut. Well, that's typical Ashley Giles. He'll go up over the top every chance he gets on that offside. That's his strength. Brings the 150 up. 153 for 9. And that's the end. Langeveld gets 5 on his debut. What a magnificent moment for that young man. 16 overs, 4 maidens, 5 for 46. And much appreciated by his teammates.
They dismissed England on a flat surface for 163. A huddle in the middle, a team meeting. Whether that's to discuss the follow-on, I doubt it. That's the captain telling his team how proud he is of them, what the plan is from now onwards, to remind them how they bowled England out. That's how they're going to have to be for a while yet if South Africa are going to move back up that table. Good work, Graham Smith. An excellent day for South African cricket.
Huge cheer from the home crowd as Herschel Gibbs and Graham Smith come out to open the South African second innings. Got to be a good shout. Up goes the finger. He's done it again. Matthew Hoggard with that new ball. And Graham Smith, a real candidate for that dismissal. We've talked about it before. He gets far too far across. As soon as the ball swings, Hoggard's in business.
Well, if you had a computer and you wanted to know where to bowl at Smith, that's the perfect delivery.
He's found the gap perfectly at extra cover. And that wasn't a half volley from Matthew Hoggard. Gibbs has hit that on the up.
That is a good shot. That's going to go all the way. Just. Good way to finish the over. 60 for 1 from 11.
Oh no.
There it is. It's the wicket. Herschel Gibbs in the end feeling for it. And Andrew Flintoff has picked up his 100th Test wicket. The 40th England bowler to do that.
That is hit very well indeed. It was a little bit too full. But they're not always that easy to put away quite as well as this.
Here he goes again.
Well, that's gone further. And if Ashley Giles was thinking of holding things up for a while, it's not quite worked.
In the air and out. Well, that's a shocking shot. Rudolph out of nick, out of sorts. 77 balls to 23 runs. But Simon Jones has picked up his wicket. A good athletic catch by Rob Key in the covers. It's 101 for 3 now.
Well, that one's through the gap. It's wide. Dippenaar goes after it. There is no man on sweeping for Dippenaar. Beat the infield, pick up 4.
But these are all good signs for South Africa.
There we go. It sounds like a big outside edge. Now, goodness me. Now that, I could hear that from there. I could see, I don't know. Are we all cracking up?
Well, either we're cracking up or Daryl Harper is. There was a massive noise. Sometimes replays of caught behinds don't help. There's a huge noise. Incredible.
Short and 50.
Well, keep trying. He's on to 50. It's the 34th time he's got the 50 in his 85th Test match. And 1900s on top of that statistic as well. He's a fine player.
Just one of those little bars at the back of there, Gumball. Sold 8,500 pints yesterday. That's just one of the bars.
That line of empty plastic cups is like origami or something. Collecting stamps, what do you do? It's enormously long, isn't it?
That's going to beat Hoggard and go for 4. That's it, 59 overs of the second innings have been bowled. The bat's under the arm, off Jacques Kallis goes.
Choosing not to enforce the follow-on, South Africa were now piling on the misery. Already 462 runs ahead of England going into day 4. Things were looking bleak for Michael Vaughan's men.
Flintoff, who's going to do the bowling, he'll get proceedings underway from the Kelvin Grove end. Well, what a gift that is. Thank you very much. We've seen a lot of players caught in front of the wicket in this Test match. Doesn't happen very often, but Butter Dippenaar doesn't add to his overnight score. Flintoff adds to his Test match wicket tally, and South Africa find themselves 184 for 4.
This is tight.
Direct hit. Steve Buckner is asking for the opinion of the third umpire. That's Brian Jerling here in Cape Town. England are celebrating. They think they've got their man.
And save the third umpire a little job here. This is out. Absolutely certain. It's Vaughan, underarm. On your way.
This one's in front of square. Giles has to sprint the other way. Cuts this one off. Well, Steve Buckner's going to have to ask again. It was good work by England this time in the field.
Comedy cricket this morning. South Africa still at the crease, but making a little bit of a hash. Be a strong throw. In or out. Just look where Amler is. Jones stretches. In or out. In or out. In or out. Third umpire called in. What do you think?
Well, he's well short, isn't he? Another run out in the first half hour's play.
It's in the air and out. Steve Armstrong says to his teammates, at last. Mr. Giles, very safe hands, no mistake. Well, there's a big shout, he's gone. Simon Jones bangs the ball and goes to the bouncer. Amler goes for the hook, gets the glove, I think. And it's well taken. And Jones.
Graham Smith has brought an end to proceedings.
So, quite simple, England need 501 runs. South Africa need 10 wickets.
And that's out. What a start. What a start for the South Africans. The silly mid-off was in there. It's Hashim Amla. And the first ball of the innings, the first shot of the innings, ends up in his hands. That is a dramatic start to this England second innings.
That's a good shot, a very good shot indeed.
Punished.
Well, Langerfeld can't believe that. Magnificent shot from Strauss to finish that over. It's 48 for 1.
It's good bowling. He pushed that through just that little bit more quickly. Well, just when you think that Andrew Strauss has got away with it, those thought processes in Steve Buckner's mind have just done their bit. He's looked at it closely, always looks closely and takes time to think about it. And eventually the finger goes up, so well bowled it is indeed, Nicky Boyer.
Well, that's more like the Michael Vaughan with the full half volley. Much more purposeful there. Picks up a boundary. Now that will settle the nerves.
Well, it's timing in more ways than one. Timing off the middle of the bat, but all his movements are in sync.
Well, that's the shot that Key maybe was looking for in that first innings. The bouncer not getting up as high. Another boundary to Rob Key.
Done it. I don't believe it. I said earlier, I don't think anybody's going to charge down the pitch. Robert Key has done exactly that. It's a nightmare. Look at Robert Key on the way off. He's nearly hitting himself with the bat. He can't believe that he's done this.
Can't believe it either.
Takes a big shot on. There's a fielder out there. He's gone this time. He can't believe it. Michael Vaughan has to go. Jacques Rudolph. Captaincy is getting better from Graham Smith. Bowling to a plan. They're absolutely delighted. They're ecstatic, South Africa.
I don't know if that shot was just out of pure frustration. It's a good catch from Jacques Rudolph.
That's away for 4 behind square.
It's
It's a good over for England. 6 runs coming from it, 131 for 4.
He's punched that into the ground, and that's how well timed that is. It's dug out, and it's hit the wicket, bounced over Graham Smith, and raced to the boundary. There's a big, big shout, and the hand goes up. Shaun Pollock has struck. Andrew Flintoff. He goes, caught behind, and that is a massive wicket at this time of the day.
Well, I'm not sure how pleased Andrew Flintoff is. It was an absolute beauty from Shaun Pollock. There was a noise.
2 not-out batsmen, Ian Thorpe, Grant Jones. Players leave the field. England have a mountain to climb.
Could one of England's batsmen repeat Michael Atherton's marathon innings in 1995 against South Africa in Johannesburg and bat for 10 hours to save the match? It would be a tall order. All smiles, South Africa sensed their chance as play began on the final day.
England aren't going to get any help from the weather today. A few fluffy white clouds, but no prospect of rain at all. They're going to have to bat their way out of this hole they find themselves in. He's done it again. Graham Thorpe has to go. That's what South Africa are after. They think they're through England now as they see the back of Graham Thorpe. It's that man, Shaun Pollock again. He's one of the world's best.
They're back. Feeding time. Oh, there he goes.
Got you.
Don't mind that too much. It's a lovely shot from Ashley Giles. South Africa can afford to let a few boundaries go as long as they maintain the pressure elsewhere. 200 up for England. Very sweet shot again. And no need to run. This partnership has just emphasised how good the pitch still is and what you can achieve by good, sensible batting.
That's a beauty from Nicky Boyer. Left arm spinner to left arm spinner, one coming round the wicket and finding some turn, an absolute beauty. And that's broken the partnership that was building. Nicky Boyer dismisses Ashley Giles.
Well, that's fantastic. That really is an exceptional catch. Kallis had to keep his eye right on that cricket ball.
Well, that's very straightforward, isn't it? Straight away, having gone round the wicket, Shaun Pollock has picked up the 9th wicket of this innings.
Just short. Well, Harmison hasn't done a lot of entertaining with the ball in this series yet for England. Having a great time with the bat. It's a massive blow. Over it goes, into the stand. England fans are loving this.
Well, only 212 needed now.
And that's it.
Here it goes. Caught in the gully. The game comes to an end. Dippenaar takes the catch. The series is level. South Africa's 12th Test win at Newlands, and it becomes their most successful Test venue USA win by 196 runs, and it's England's first loss in 14 tests since Sri Lanka at Colombo back in December